It's pretty rare to get mods on a Sunday morning, but today we've got 4 of them to take a look at in a new partnership between Indutar and ML Studio. We've got a pair of corn headers, an auger wagon, a pair of mulchers, and a plow. Starting off with the corn heads, these are the Indutar Magna higher. We have the 838 as well as the 2450. These are available in a 7 meter and 12 meter version. Max working speed on both of these is going to be 6 miles per hour, so no fast farming, nothing like that. We're talking realistic mods here. We do have a black main color as well, which changes all of the orange bits up to black, but the logos stay the same, and so does the back. When we jump over to the larger version, we're going to see the exact same thing here as well. The background of the logo is actually not black. It is a little bit of a blue, so you're going to have the black on blue there. As far as the auger wagon goes, this is the Indutar Vision 40,000 liter capacity. This is a really big machine, as a matter of fact. We have a couple different versions on here, so we're going to start with wheel brands because transport configuration is kind of interesting. As we got BKTs on here, we have a couple different sizes, of course, with inverted wheels as well. We have Michelin with a standard and invert. We have Continental with a standard and inverted tread, and a Lizard set. But that is not all. We also have ones with the letters on them, which I think looks very cool. And we even have rice wheels because, well, this holds rice. You got a firefighting kit that's around towards the back right-hand side, which adds a tank in there as well as a pump. And we've got, I believe, the water hose. Then we've got transport configuration. So this is going to be something where you can transport it, put it on the back of a semi-truck, something like that. You don't want to be pulling this thing down the road. So there you go. You've got that in case you want to buy it like this and then get it to the farm and then swap it out as a $0 configuration. So this does aid really well in roleplay. As far as things that it will hold, holds all of your standard auger wagon crops. And if you're curious, that is going to be wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybeans, corn, dry rice, seeds, and solid fertilizer. Next, we have probably my favorite piece of equipment that's come with this pack. So we've got the Indutar Katrina F5. This is the larger mulcher, and you may want 1 or 2 of these because they do look pretty cool and you can combine them. So you got 180 horsepower required on here, 9 meter working width at 11 miles per hour. But if you wanted to use 2 of these, then you're going to need to get 1 of these. We have the Tandem Katrina 20,000. This is a 3 meter working width and it covers up just what would be missing in the middle. So we've got hitches on both sides. You unfold this and then you hook up 2 of the other Katrina and then you are ready to rock and roll. With those being at a 9 meter working width, you're already looking at 18 meters there, plus the 3 meters right here. You're talking a 21 meter mulcher. It does require a bit of power though. 360, another 500, that's like 410 horsepower between all of that. So it's quite a bit. However, the last piece of equipment does not require that much. It just requires 75 horsepower. This is the RRP 2000. It is a plow, 2.6 meter working width at 7 miles per hour. Though it is very, very cool, it's very, very small. So there's that. We've also got a couple different cutting angles on here. The working width is staying the same at 2.6 meters, so that is pretty good. It's really neat that we can change up the cutting angle on that. Look at that, even the bolts move. Hey, that's awesome. So with these, as you would expect, we have a really nice unfolding animation on this. Check this out. Boom, boom, and then each one comes down. Does have kind of a interesting sound. I don't know if that's the sound that goes with it or not, but it's an interesting one to say the least. I got sunflowers on here, so we're just gonna rock through and get ourselves some sunflowers. Sunflower portion of the header pops up, and we are good to go. Yeah, not a whole lot more to it. Does look nice. We got sunflowers going in, at least the tops of them. Everything else is being discarded as a very light chaff spitting out the back, though it doesn't really matter. Also, just a heads up with both of these headers, it does recommend using the Case IH combine harvesters. However, I don't think they'd be using much else down there. So I'm looking at this. Actually, just the smaller version has the case. The larger version also recommends any of these others as well. However, I'm still going to go with the case. We're going to see a similar story with the larger harvesting head as well, but the header itself does look a bit different. Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong at all. A lot more rows on here as well. That also means it takes longer to unfold. So there's that. Let's get this thing into the field and see what we can do. We've got corn in here now. Turn it on. and pate. So there's one thing you may notice. It doesn't line up with the rows that we've got in the game. Some corn headers do, some do not. This one is one of the ones that does not. But it is going to populate extra rows once you go over them, so it will get a little bit more dense right in front of the harvester. I don't know if you see that or not, but every single row has corn coming through it. So a little bit different than what we're used to seeing, but you know what? That's all right. I think it's pretty cool, and I love seeing new mods coming to Farming Simulator as well. Now, as far as the auger wagon goes out here, of course, details, again, absolutely insane on this thing. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I was going to use it with the Case Puma, but I don't know, it feels a little bit weird. The Puma is so much smaller than it. We'll give it a try. We know anything bigger will work just fine. I think power's really the only thing I'm worried about, especially when it's full. With this one, we have a couple things. So we've got our open cover and closed cover. No animated cover on here, so there is that. It's just open and closed. I know one of the past updates, we did get animated covers, but unfortunately, this is not one of those. And as far as everything else goes, I think we can kind of modify this a little bit. Let's give it a try. Yeah, we can move it around. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, there's one other thing moving as well, but I can't really see what's up with it. Found it. It's the ladder at the back. Look at that. That's kind of neat. Goes from vertical, folded up. Well, that is very cool. Let's pull that pipe back in. Let's fill this thing up. Since we've been doing corn, let's go with some corn. And it's quite heavy. I did take a turn a little bit too fast. And because it turns, here we go. We'll get everything straightened out. There we go. Nice. So that is another thing as well, because it is it's got a moving bit at the front. You don't have to pull it so fast. Let's see. I'm gonna take a turn really fast to see what kind of bad things happen. That happens, and then you have a hard time getting back straightened out again. So I would definitely be using this with something a little bit bigger than a Case Puma. Can we back it up and get straightened back up? Of course we can. So smaller tractors will work fine with this. Just don't be erratic on the brakes, especially under turning. It really goes for any game. Now for that last one, we needed some power. So let's now focus on our mulchers, which I'm really excited about. And I've bought them in the order that I think we need to buy. We've got the mulcher, the extension, and then the mulcher again, or the adapter, I guess as they call it. We've also got a fully maxed out base game case Magnum. So I think we're gonna be cool here. First things first, let's unfold this piece. It's gonna lower down just a little bit, and then we should get the wings to pop out. Now, I'm really hoping, and it looks like they will, line up perfectly here so that I could just back up and pick up both of these. Well, I got one. Not quite the other. Oh, there it is. Ha ha ha. Got it. This is going to be an insane piece of equipment. I'm going to have to turn this thing around just to get centered. Definitely not in transport mode. So make sure you've got both of the external bits done. You might be able to see at the top we've got the tractor, and then right behind that we have a single piece, and then two pieces behind that, and that is going to be what we're seeing here. So everything kind of unfolds pretty quickly. I'll be honest, it's pretty fast. And yes, we will have to drop each one manually, but that's all right. There's no other animation, so what we see is what we get there. We're probably going to be mulching stuff we don't want to mulch. However, it's working, man. It's working so good. Let's pop around. I am curious. Let's see. It is even working with GPS. It picked up on it immediately. Absolutely perfect. What's the meterage that it said? 19.8. Well, I said it was going to be 21 meters, but 19.8 is actually it. So looks like that 3 meter bit in the very middle is a little bit of an overlap. That's okay. No big deal. That's so awesome. Now to end it out, I got a couple of these plows in here. I've gone for, there's 3 different versions. I've gone for the extreme. So we've gone for the highest V there and then the lowest V shape. We'll just kind of jump in the lowest one first. These are supposed to be plows. Looks like we've got the allow create field. So all is good there. Drop it down. Nothing happens until we get into the field and we have a plowing animation. Perfect. Also, speaking of animation, let's see if I can turn some lights on. Not really. let's see. Let me flip the other one backwards. There we go. We got the sun in our eyes now. You can actually see. So we're still getting the full working width, but we've got that disc. This is discing everything up. I think that's so cool. Where I grew up, we were actually using not something similar to this. It was more of a disc arrow, to be fair, but we called it the plow, and it was kind of similar to this, though it was trailed. So that's what that was. Nonetheless, super neat, very cool. Smaller piece of equipment, to be fair, but you know, I think for as much as you're going to be plowing, small piece of equipment's all right. And there we have it. That is everything you need to know about the Indutar mods that released today in partnership with ML Studio. These are available for all platforms, if I didn't mention that previously, so you can download them right now on the in-game mod hub. Again, I like it when we don't have a lot of mods. I could actually show you how they work and have some fun with them. And I get to have fun too. Everybody wins. Hope you enjoy this one. Drop a like, get subscribed if you're new. Join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Even with random Sunday mods. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.